Another load of wood chips. Reasonably fresh this time, not long been chipped, but a lot of greenery in there, a lot of leaves and things, so it should compost really well. What I'm going to do with this, because it's quite fresh, heap it up, put some greens with it. I'm just going to go down here where this hot compost goes, but before long this lot's going to go, as is this compost here, and I'm going to mix that lot in. It's a bit woody, but I'm going to put all that at the bottom, and the heat of this will compost that, and I've got some other stuff at home that needs to come over, so that's what I'm going to do. Get half to 3/4 of this out. The other half or quarter to half that I'm going to leave in, I'm going to mulch around the fruit bushes at the allotment with. That's maybe half out of the van. I've left at least half in because I don't know how much I'm going to need at the allotment. So what I've got left in here is, I don't know if you can see, still loads, because it's easier to take some out of the allotment, use what I need, and then bring whatever's left back here rather than not have enough and have to come back. So yeah, I've been over to the allotment and got 2 barrelfuls out over there. What I've decided is I want to let all the weeds and the grass and everything die off over there before I actually cover that over. So I'm gonna, like I say, I've got the rest of it out here. You can see another lovely big heap, very fresh, about 3-4 weeks old, like I said, I think earlier. It was a couple of weeks ago I ranged with him. So this will sit for a bit. It's got some greenery in it. It's got some bits of grass, turf that I just took off and buried in the middle. It's got all those old bits of brassica and stuff. In this end here, you can see fermentation stuff. Cara is making apple cider vinegar. So all the old discarded apples and stuff have gone in this end. They're a bit vinegary. Don't know whether they're going to affect things, so they've gone in on one end right at the bottom. So most of the heat won't get affected, but if not, they'll all compost anyway. Chickens are getting in here. They're scratching around. They scratch around the French beans, which is a shame. But you know, it is what it is. And these, in a year or maybe sooner, depending on what I do, will become this. This has been turned a bit. This is almost ready to use. Pretty much there. And what I will do actually is, I was just saying to Cara, all of the paths up these, when these beds are empty, I'm going to clear the paths, turn it onto the beds. I'm going to put some of this down the paths, so they'll compost in situ kind of thing, but they'll give me a nice clean dry path and a non-composted path. Chickens and birds will scratch the stuff around anyway, but they'll help them turn it all. But yeah, the paths I will probably do with this fresh stuff, or some of it. It won't take a lot. Probably a couple of barrelfuls will do all the paths. And over at the allotments, what I want to do over there, let everything die off, then I'll have a word with Rob, the tree surgeon, and he'll get me more stuff. He'll even drop some over here at some point. But another van full of fresh to go around the fruit bushes and fruit canes over there. When everything's died off, let it sit over the winter. I'll probably put a little bit of compost down first and then fresh wood chips over there. And that's sort of where we're getting to, with compost and wood chips and things as well. Oh, one quick thing before I turn this off. This was turned, I think, on Thursday, and it was about 53, 54 degrees. It's now up to about 58, 59. So this pile is actually composting quicker than I'd thought anyway. So everything's good, really good for this time of year. One final thought is, obviously there's some greenery in here. This might not get moved, other than when that lot's gone, this might move over to there and sit there. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Don't know if I can even zoom in. Oh, it's flown off. No, it's there. There's a robin right there. It was on here, and it was on here. There it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lovely little robin. Anyway, so if I move this over to there, I did that little experiment before with the wood chips with a bit of horse manure, and it did help. This is very green, so some fresh horse manure mixed in with this, it would make it a little bit clumpy, but it could help it break down really quickly. I'd say that I'm not short of compost anyway. I've got probably 4 cubic meters of composted horse manure. There's probably 3 cubic meters or so here, probably 2 or 3 cubic meters there, so nearly 10 cubic meters of stuff to use as compost, plus this soon next year, plus that maybe in the spring. So plenty. But I might do an experiment with this and get some horse manure in it, some fresh stuff. And I have got over the back there in that bag a load of carbon type stuff, sawdust and some wood shavings and things from the joiners. And I've got another big black rubble sack full at home. Soon there'll be loads and loads of leaves, whether I just make leaf mould like I do at home, which I usually make about probably 2 cubic meters of a year. Finished product, which is usually about 10 or 12 of those bags actually, now I've calculated it out properly. But some of those might go in a hot compost. I don't know. I've got easily 2, if not 2.5 cubic meters of leaf mould at home too, so plenty of stuff.